exciting thing that's happened is we've installed some tanks. Well, I haven't installed some tanks. The tank installers have installed some tanks. Here's the van up on the hoist. And here's what they look like. So on this side of the van we've got 2 grey-water tanks, and they're about 122 litres in total. And so this stuff they're made out of apparently never needs to be cleaned. It's almost like Teflon, where nothing will stick to it. So that's awesome. On the other side we've got 120 litre freshwater tank. So nothing's been plumbed together yet. They're just bare tanks and with no inlets or outlets, and we'll do all that when we install all the plumbing and kitchen. I have to say, unless you're interested in installing insulation in your Ford Transit, this is probably not going to be an interesting video. We've got some insulation that's turned up. Got 3 layers of flooring, and that's 25mm XPS foam. Underneath that we've got some 11mm foam which will fill between the ribs of the flooring, and then underneath that we've got 10 sheets of the Ductliner insulation. This is polyester based insulation. You can get it in 2 options, a black surface on top or a metallic surface on top. I went for the black surface simply because I do not want to stop radio waves getting in and out of the van, so which a metallic aluminium surface would. This is 25mm thick, so it's not the thickest you can get, but I figure I can always double it up if I want to make it thicker, and the cost wasn't that different. Why go for this over Thinsulate, which they use a lot in conversions in the US? Basically you can't buy Thinsulate here in New Zealand. Shipping insulation across from overseas would cost a fortune. Some advantages of this insulation: first of all, it's quite easy to cut with a pair of scissors. I bought this pair of scissors. You can see here. You don't need any protective clothing with this stuff. It's not like fiberglass. It's resistant to mice and rats. This stuff is breathable, and the point behind that is no matter what you try, you're going to have moist air hitting the sides of the van and condensing inside the van. This is water resistant and breathable, so it will let the moisture dry if it does condense inside the van, which it will do. Yeah, so there's really no point having Reflectix inside your van. The only way Reflectix works is if you've got an air gap either side of it and it stops radiant heat. So for putting on your windows, it's brilliant. I think the other reason people put Reflectix on and seal it all up is to stop moisture getting onto the wall panels. Now the reality is you're not going to stop air getting through, but if you seal things up, you're going to stop the water getting out. So my philosophy here is make sure everything is breathable. So this will not stop moisture hitting the walls of the van, but it also won't stop it getting out. And we'll be heating the van and having it well ventilated, and that should keep it dry. The other advantage of this stuff is it's quite easy to put on. I'm just going to use spray adhesive. This stuff is it's really lightweight, so that's awesome. Here we go, this will be fun watching me trying to squeeze this in. Watching some more videos on Thinsulate online, and I noticed it is a lot more flexible than this stuff. They call this stuff rigid insulation, and it's flexible but not nearly as flexible as Thinsulate. And what I realized is there's no way I can stuff this into all the little gaps and nooks and crannies, such as through here, through that pillar. So what I'll do is try and find something else that will be able to stuff in through these gaps and fill up these cavities. decided to do the door panels, and got to this one and found it's a complicated shape, so I just sort of shoved it in there. Getting a bit lazy now, but door sounds a bit more solid now than it did. On the other side, just popped the panel off and found this one. This door is covered by this foam with glue. That door is not. Why? Why is it different? Well, there's no way I could pull that cover off without damaging it, so just ripped it off and filled up the door with foam. Wonder what it was protecting. I wonder. So I think that's about it. We'll put the door panels back on, tidy up all the rubbish, and I think we're done. And we've got 3 sheets left, so that's not too bad. Definitely ended up with more than I needed. I may well double up some of the walls, but we'll wait and see what the cabinetry is going to do. The next job is to find some other insulation that can be used to fill all of these channels, because at the moment these are empty and I need basically something I can stuff in here or pull through with string.